what really has crystallized to me, I was on the call with Peter Bendix yesterday afternoon, and he still refused to do this. They refused to actually say it, but it has become crystal clear that they simply did not believe in Arraez's overall value as a player and talent level to the same extent that the previous front office did. The timing of this deal, what it tells me is that they were legitimately concerned that he was not going to be significantly better the rest of the way from, I mean, to the trade deadline over these next 3 months. I don't think they had a lot of confidence in him improving from where he is right now, where he's like a 300 hitter, but an empty 300 hitter with terrible defense at second base. And that's why the timing of this deal happened. It made, in most cases, it makes a lot of sense to let things play out until you get into July, because then you have a lot more bidders involved. You have teams that know what they need, and you have conventional GMs, like not AJ Preller, but all the other GMs that will wait until much closer to the deadline before they are willing to negotiate this type of deal, because they want to get a clear idea of what their team has and what their team doesn't have. The reason why they may have jumped right now is just a lack of confidence in Arraez. And what really made this clear to me is that they feel this way is the topic of his contract extension. Arraez was so transparent about how he wanted to sign a long-term deal here. This is a guy that's going to hit free agency as a 28-year-old and get somebody that was, and with all the accolades that he has, and yet was really open to signing an extension for his prime years, even before that, at probably a little bit less than what it would be market value. And for the Marlins to not engage with him and not to have actual formal negotiations of any kind coming off the year that he had, um, that tells me that they were really concerned about his overall performance slipping, and that it wouldn't be a good, efficient contract for them. And so I'm sure we're going to have that conversation about whether it was worth extending him anyway, even if he is a lesser version of himself, that there is a lot of value to having him in that clubhouse, in that lineup, in that community. And I agree with that. Like, I'm somebody that a few months ago was certainly on the side that they should try to iron out an extension with him. The reality that they never really got close to that for a guy that was so important to their team, I don't think it's strictly a money issue. So that's what I wanted to hammer home. The fact that they were willing to eat $8 million to facilitate this trade, the timing of the trade that they did it. Um, I don't think this was strictly a cheap move, and it wasn't strictly a we want to be terrible the rest of the season move. I think part of it is just this front office's evaluation of Arraez himself as a player moving forward.